ਅਸੀਂ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਬਾਰੇ سوچਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
لارس نه د مخکې اسناد ماخذې دي اوس دغه مشکلات دي چې اوس کور نه پیدا کېږي دا 2 میاشتې کېږي زه کور پسې ګرځم هېڅ کور نه راته پیدا کېږي دغه مشکلات مو لږ شته خو نور دومره مشکلات نشته.
سبب الطاس هو تقول خزيتي وش أكثر شيء ني غير ممي تعيش في حديدة كثاوين وها وتقول أبسط حاجة تقول خاد هالشيء خريس أنت معون لأن مدرسين قيمة توالي من عن التوية وكسنا قيمة خصوصا وذابوا الوالدينينو لكن يمكن تستخدم الوالدين ناس أنت خانت فانت تبدأ أبدي ريخ مرتاحة كتار يمكن ستي سنتي تتصل حسب الخدمة تقول خلب دا أصبح حسب كان ضغيال على الطاخر خدمة فهم يعني حشن يوميا يعني حاجة للأسف حاجة مزيان توهم حاجة مغالط طاس يعني دول حاجة مزيان تسوق ذي الطاس من غير حاجة حنجة غير من غير مضاني أم زوجي تسيت قاصد يمكن أسيق شو تغير كانوا خبيث تبغى قاصد.
We all think, but sometimes thinking becomes too much. Then we talk about worrying. And this worrying can cause us stress. Leaving our country behind hurts. We often leave family, friends, work, hobbies, and other things behind. It's not surprising that when we're not there anymore and we don't have these things or people anymore, we start thinking about them. But this thinking can become worrying. And this worrying can give us stress. And this can get you into a never-ending circle. This worrying leads to frustration, stress, and the more we feel those feelings, the less we feel like doing things about it. The less we do things, the more we feel frustration about our lives now. And also, the less we do things, the more time we have to think. This becomes a circle that we often find difficult to break. In this video, we will look at how we can break the circle in different ways. First, we look at why we worry. We often worry because it gives us a sense of control. You would have liked many things to go differently. Having to flee here, missing family, war in your country, those are things you don't choose and don't have any control over. Worrying often makes us feel that this is the case, that we do have control over these things. Step 1 is learning to accept that sometimes you had to make choices. And certain things you couldn't change. Certain things were different than what you wanted. Step 1 is accepting those things you have no control over and accepting that it's also not your fault, that you didn't cause this. You can do this by talking to people about those things, friends, family, and maybe even a psychologist. This talking helps in starting to accept what you cannot change. In addition, we learn to focus on column 2, the things we do have control over. For example, calling your family, filling in your life here for yourself, and later maybe also for your family, because those are the things you can do and you have control over. Watch out for watching the news, because you can do that too, but it confronts you with what you cannot change. Just because you watch more news doesn't mean that the war will end or anything else in that matter will change, unfortunately. For example, we want the war to end. We want control over this. We ask ourselves questions like, why is there a war? What if our family dies in the war? This gives us the idea that we're still working on it, that we have control. The result is that we not only feel that we miss all of this, but we also feel frustration and stress on top. Now, no matter how hard you think, you confront yourself above all that you cannot change these things. And this will drain your battery even more. What we do have control over is what we do in our free time. The less you have to do, the more you can think. So the solution is do more things that you also like to do, like cycling, walking, reading, cooking, going to the mosque or the church. Building your life here. Another solution, of course, is to make sure you have less stress. Less stress also means that you worry less. Have you watched the previous video about relaxation yet? Do you know any relaxation exercises? Do you recognize this? What helps you not to worry?